In Montpelier this afternoon, House budget writers approved a new spending plan for the coming year. The vote was unanimous. General fund spending would rise about 1.6% or so, less than projected revenues. Members say they found about $2 million more for the Vermont State Colleges and will continue to beef up rainy day funds while cutting many other programs wherever they could.
There were some savings within Medicaid, and there were some enhanced federal matches within Medicaid for the Children's Health Initiative, a health care program, and there were savings that we were able to use there. But we have made some significant reductions in this budget, and mostly they're within the Agency of Human Services.
There's a lot of cuts in there, but we have not added any new taxes or any new funding to the budget.
This is something you can support then?
I think this is something I can support.
So a bipartisan stamp of approval this afternoon. Speaker Mitzi Johnson briefly gavelled in and out of session today. This is a technique used to advance the House calendar for what will be a very busy week ahead. The marijuana legalization bill comes up for debate tomorrow, followed by the state budget on Thursday and Friday. So let's set the stage for the debate with the leader of the House Republicans, the Minority Caucus, Representative Don Turner of Milton. Don, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Pleased to have you here. For years, you've called for Montpelier to spend no more than it takes in. That appears to be what we have in this budget that the Appropriations Committee voted 11-0 to send to the House floor this afternoon. Are you pleased?
I'm happy to hear that, Stuart. I mean, we, as you said, for a number of years, at least 6 years, we've been saying we've been spending far too much in Montpelier, raising new taxes. Last year, the majority under Governor Shumlin, last biennium, $95 million in new taxes. So I am very appreciative of the work on the Appropriations Committee, but we can't lose sight that this is a result of Governor Scott. Governor Scott ran on this platform that we were not going to raise taxes and fees, that there was ample dollars in the state budget to fund the state without draconian cuts, and it's been proven. And I think there's more to be done in the future years, so that we are pleased. We haven't seen all the details at this point, so we'll be definitely looking at what is included and not. You know, we want to make sure the trajectory has changed, that, you know, we're not using one-time money or anything to balance this. So once we see all that, I won't be surprised to see many Republicans supporting this budget. And again, I'm very appreciative of Governor Scott's leadership in this budget.
We should point out, though, that there's still a lot of uncertainty because so much of Vermont's budget relies on federal spending, and we don't have a federal budget yet. So you could be called back late in the summer.
Absolutely. We are being told that maybe after the federal budget is adopted in October, we could be back.
The Senate, as you have heard, is flirting with a $2 a night tax or fee on hotel rooms, motel rooms, even campgrounds, we understand. It would be devoted to affordable housing, a cause you probably appreciate, but is that a trade-off you could accept?
No, no, we won't support any new taxes or fees. There are ample dollars in the state budget for homelessness and housing and so on. This is I think this is a move by the majority to try to put the governor in a box, because a lot of his initiatives on economic development are in the same bill. So I hope that the governor stands strong and opposes any new taxes and fees and would veto a bill that included that.
To the marijuana debate, tomorrow the House is going to take up a scaled back version, nothing like you rejected last year, the Colorado style thing. This is adult possession at home, adult growing up to 2 plants at home, no government involvement so far as we know. Is that an approach you think the House could pass?
You know, I think that the Speaker wouldn't have let this come out of committee. I know it was held there for a long time because there wasn't the votes on the floor. Our caucus, you know, we have a couple people that are probably be supporting this. I personally will not be supporting it. This bill still lacks a means to check for people under the influence operating motor vehicles. This just legalizes things. I'm very concerned about public safety. Many of our caucus members, I know the governor has voiced that concern as well. So I think it'll be interesting if this bill does advance out of the House, what happens with that provision. We may even offer up an amendment that tries to do this, but the technology is really not there. So it's likely to pass because they wouldn't have brought it out if it didn't have the votes. But again, we saw what happened last year, and we're hopeful, those of us that oppose it, that we can stop it again.
House Minority Leader Don Turner of Milton, thanks very much for being with us here on NBC5 News.
Thank you very much, Stuart.
Appreciate it.